This is where we put the intro in.
Welcome
to the JV podcast.
The Notorious JV, bitch.
Nah, we need something. You know what? I want it to sound like one of those cartoons that we used to watch in school, like you know the Miss Frizzle when she would like take the kids. I want some. We should have a theme song like that.
Miss Frizzle is fucking sus. Bro.
Yo, Miss Frizzle was not sus. Miss Frizzle was.
Nah, Miss Frizzle definitely sus. Dude.
How is she sus?
She's kidnapping them kids.
No, she's taking them on exploratory field trips. Okay.
Yeah, but she's always gets home and she's like, "Don't tell your parents about what we did today." The fuck? She's trying to hide stuff.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember that part at all. She used to say that every episode.
I don't think every episode.
Don't tell your parents.
What would the parents think if they knew that like these kids were going on journeys through the human anatomy or something or whatever dangerous?
I mean, okay, are we in real world or we're not? Are we like in the real actual world? Because I think any parent, if your 8-year-old comes home and is like, "Oh my God, Miss Frizzle, she shrunk us and we went inside the body," you'd be like, "Oh, that's great, sweetie. Like Miss Frizzle's doing so good of like using your imagination." Like if it was real life, I don't think any parent would be like,
"That's true.
Oh yeah, your teacher is fucking shrinking you to microscopic levels and letting you go through your fucking classmates' like digestive tract." Like that would nobody would be like, "That's definitely." They'd be like, "That's nice, Johnny. That's sweet, Timmy. Like, oh, that's a nice story, Sally." Like
they might like. I feel like they would go into so much detail that it might be like. It wouldn't be normal child babble.
It wouldn't be normal child babble.
It would be a little too detailed and specific.
That's true. But again, like, how do you even
be like, what is Miss Frizzle doing?
Be
with
like,
my
what
kid,
is
bro?
happening in that classroom? I don't know. I mean, Miss Frizzle, I always felt like she was kind of like a, you know, not like a Harry Potter, but like you're accepting an element of like fantasy or otherworldly shit. You know what I mean? It's like it's our real world, and then it's just like a slight parallel, and the slight parallel is it's like we have the technology to do this, and it's not weird.
You know, you ever seen those like conspiracy videos about cartoons, like SpongeBob conspiracy? Whatever.
No, but tell me.
You've never seen that?
No. I'll be honest. I don't stay on conspiracy anything on the internet, even though I'm open-minded to most conspiracies.
I like vaguely remember one about like Miss Frizzle and the magic school. There was one about Barney that was wild. Because Barney
Barney in real life was a pedophile. So that's not a conspiracy.
Did you know that?
No.
What?
I didn't know. I knew something happened with Barney.
No.
I didn't know he was real.
My God, no. The guy who played Barney. I could be getting this wrong. Also, Pod, say hi to. This is our.
What up?
This is Evan. He'll be a special guest on a future. This is a
I'll see y'all
cameo. But no, the guy that played Barney. I don't remember if it was that he had like a case of like some kind of like child molestation, or that he got caught with like kiddie porn. But it was something like that.
No, I feel like we would know.
This is a real. I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna Google it right now, bro.
But we all know about Jared from Subway.
Yeah, Jared from Subway. We all know about Jared from Subway. But this happened earlier. This is like also like if you think about like the kids that were on Barney, right? That ended up being big stars, right? You have Demi Lovato, who was on Barney with Selena Gomez.
I didn't know
they were on Barney together before they got to Disney Channel. They didn't get from Barney straight to Disney Channel. There was like I think a couple years of like, oh, you got Barney on your resume, girl. Like we don't know. Like I don't know that was like a real thing, but like I'm pretty sure. Like hold on, I'm gonna just search Barney pedo.
Wait, you guys know what else is crazy? You guys know Teletubbies?
Oh yeah.
Dude, the baby who was the son?
Yeah.
She in real life ended up being a pedophile.
She ended up being a pedophile once she grew up.
Female pedophile, that's rare.
That's crazy.
That's not true. I just totally made that up.
Oh. Bye guys. I was like, what the fuck, bro?
No, the Barney is real. Hold on. See, look. This is on.
I remember hearing something weird about Barney, but I don't think it was like pedophilia related. It was just like he said the F word or something. Like I don't fucking.
Something happened to him, man. I feel like it was definitely.
I don't think.
I'm like everything that I'm finding right now.
No, this is like this is like the Mandela effect or something.
Dude,
I'm not buying until you show me
that. I'm trying to find it. There was something.
But that not immediately popping up. Like
Okay, I love you. You hate me. The dark side of happy coming to Peacock. So Peacock is making like a docuseries that this looks creepy and alarming. Does it not? Doesn't this look creepy and alarming? And it's called,
dude,
because the song was like, I love you, you love me, family, or whatever the fuck. Like
the real weird part about Barney, what I remember about the Barney like conspiracy thing was that something like that, like he was hiding something from the parents, because that actually was in the show.
There was something.
It was in the show where after he would get home, he would be like, don't tell your parents about me, kids. Or he would be like hiding from the parents.
Okay.
Right?
God, I feel bad reading this AI overview. I don't want to read it.
Why?
Because I'm trying to get away from all the AI shit.
It's too late. The AI is already in our fucking brains.
Yeah, but if I can, I'm trying to figure out if I can disable it, because I've seen people saying like you can't disable it, but okay. The Barney pedo conspiracy was a pervasive 1990s urban legend that claimed the actor inside the Barney costume was a sexual predator. Okay, so my information might not be correct, but what I heard as a kid
it's a rumor.
Is this rumor originated from the show's intense backlash and was
maybe he's just a nice normal guy.
Okay, so the truth is that nobody involved in the production was ever charged with or investigated for pedophilia. But apparently, yes. So this was the thing. Okay, to be fair, I was a kid, so I didn't have access to knowledge. Okay,
no, but I remember.
But I definitely remember hearing that Barney was a pedo, like consistently. And then it says the cultural phenomenon. Okay, so the documentary explores like the harassment and the rumors. So nothing actually happened. Apparently, it was just rumor mill. Oh my God, sorry, there's another one. Purple Dinosaur children's host Barney had cocaine hidden in his tail and cussed out a child. Yeah, there was
that's what it was.
There was like a lot of stuff of like rumors about Barney, like
that sounds closer to what I heard.
Yeah, like there was definitely rumors
that he was like a cokehead or something.
Yeah. Wait, can I blow my nose? Can I use this? There was rumors, yeah, I definitely heard rumors that he was like a drug dealer, but the ones that I heard, the main ones was like he was a pedo. You know what I mean? Like I'm so serious. Like this was real, really a part of my childhood.
Kids. Hey kids, I got this magical white powder, dude.
No, or like you know what? I think the other one I heard was that Barney was like lit when he was like filming the fucking TV show. Yeah. So it's like, okay, obviously, so this guy's doing drugs, but then like he's doing drugs around children.
Okay, but like, can you blame him? If I had that job, I'd probably...
Dude, that's crazy.
I'd probably have to be on something to do that too. To dress up like that and be like...
You know what surprises me though? Is that like
hey, kids!
Dude, I just, it's surprising. Like Barney definitely, honestly, they probably made some fucking episode about it on like Family Guy. Like they probably, or like American Dad. I know that the companies that have all these mascots, like they'll sue the shit out of somebody for like using, like you can't just like have a Barney costume for like a kid's birthday. Like you have to like.
Why? That's stupid.
Well, because it's like Disney and everything. Like they have, everything is like trademarked to shit. So they're like, no, you can't have purple dinosaur costume for people to rent out from Party City. It's got to say that it's, like, if you're going to do Barney, it has to be Barney, and we need to get a kickback from it. So I don't know if they did that.
Fuck Barney.
I never watched Barney because he wasn't on during the time that I would watch TV. So I saw, like, clips or whatever, but I never, like, That wasn't my show.
Did you have any topic that you thought about? Like, I know you didn't write anything down, but...
I didn't write anything down. I was going to show you some clips of people's cyber decks, because I think it's kind of weird.
What is that?
So cyber deck, apparently... So the thing we were talking about on the phone, just to catch you guys up, our amazing listeners and viewers and audience. We had been talking about, like... figuring out technology and like restricting it in your life and like how it's so addicting and like, you know, stuff that everybody knows. And so one of the trends that is, ironically, it's an internet trend, is making an analog bag, which is like, usually it's like a tote bag or something. You just put a bunch of like, you know, coloring stuff. But then the opposite of that, the foil of that would be the cyber decks, which is people like yearning for this like Y2K individualized aesthetics of technology, instead of like, you know, like the Apple concept is kind of like, oh, one size fits all. Like everybody can just get an iPhone, okay? You lady who works 2 jobs and also your 7-year-old kid and also, you know, like literally anybody, you guys all just get the same thing. So the cyber deck is about kind of like people designing their own kind of I would say like contraption. It's hard to explain, but if I show you, it'll make more sense. Whereas I saved a couple videos specifically so I could find them easier. All right, like this one.
This day and night, I'm building my cyber deck, and it's complete. I've done it. How did it go from this mess of wires to now this? Well, I got some shorter cables, and I put the battery pack right underneath there.
So it's like personalized.
Consolidated into this tiny purse. Woohoo!
That's cute.
Now, what
Right?
am I using my cyber deck
People are doing a lot of like
for? Well, I got my click
bedazzling.
on here.
See, that's actually really cool, I think, and clever that like you have your remote, because then you can literally just
Another favorite movie of mine. And I can just
so people are just kind of like personalizing it to like their own aesthetics or taste or like their own needs, right? Because like something like this would work well if you're a person that like, you know, I don't know, whatever.
that a normal computer.
And then I think I saw another one.
The hottest girl you know just got into electronics, and she might be leading the way for the next.
So then there's other stuff like
Let me
this.
explain. In case you missed it, the girlies are turning.
It's- if you think about, like, cyberpunk-
into cyber decks, aka custom-built portable computers whose parts can be swapped or modified to meet different needs, from personal data storage to coding terminals to off-grid survival tools. The concept came straight out of 80s cyberpunk literature. But why are they so popular 40 years later? One reason is that over the last few decades, our technology has become increasingly opaque. Hardware got glued shut, and the systems deciding what we see, make, and consume every day, from recommendation algorithms to generative AI, have largely become a company secret. Most people today have never upgraded hardware, fixed a bug, or opened a device they own. We're relying on tech much more than ever before, and in many ways we're digitally illiterate. That's hopefully until now. There's a new wave of creators developing playful electronics and sharing their creative process, demystifying and mainstreaming the knowledge behind tech and gadget making, while creating experiences meant to be lived outside of social media. Similar desires are showing up in nightlife scenes.
This is gonna be boring for them. They can't see what we're talking about.
They can't see what we're talking about, but we could link the thing.
While letting the audience see the code.
You want me to show them instead of you?
Yeah.
Artists are using touch designer to generate a manipulated environment while exposing the systems.
Oh my God,
behind
it looks
them, turning the
horrible,
underlying
man.
structure
This is
of
how
part
you
of
make
the work.
money on the
Together, these
internet. You
examples
steal
point to a
other
shift in the
people's
creator economy.
content.
Platform era
This is what we
creators
should just
learn
do
to
for the
adapt their
podcast.
work to opaque algorithms
I just the thing is,
Scroll on TikTok.
I
and
think
just
it's
show it
it's
to them.
interesting. I think it's interesting that people are basically like, oh, we're gonna try to like make shit ourselves for technology and like personalizing it. Like even I saw this girl talking about how like there's like an event in DC, instead of like a sip and paint, it was like you come, you pay $10 and you get to bedazzle like a flip phone, and it already comes with a SIM card. So like people are trying to like intentionally, you know, do like what we've talked about of like just making technology less of like this constant thing that's just in your life.
That seems like more of an just an aesthetic thing though to me.
I think it's more of an aesthetic thing, but it's also like if you're making a hobby out of it, like how long do you think it takes to make one of those? Like,
wow, yeah. So
between doing the research, getting the parts, building it, maybe figuring out, oh, you know what, I didn't really like this one, I want to make another one. Like, that is time that people are spending putting into like a physical creative hobby.
Yeah.
That otherwise they wouldn't be doing. So I don't think that's a bad thing.
But
like,
is that like part of what the creators that are doing that, is that part of what they're talking about? Like,
well, she mentioned it in that one where she's talking about how like it comes from like the side, not just the aesthetics of cyberpunk from the 80s, but like this idea of like, you know, our technology is not to get into politics, but like
not get into politics.
It's this whole thing about like
politics.
So not only are we like removed from, even though we are like the production class, we're removed from like the capital. Like the capital is extracted. We're the ones that are doing all the labor and stuff. But then it's also like, okay, the technology that we own. And it goes to this whole thing of people trying to like also remake like libraries of digital media. Like finding old DVDs, old VHS tapes, cassette tapes, just
Vinyls.
Regular CDs, vinyls. Yeah. Because like, oh.
You got the record player over there.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, you have a Netflix membership, but you don't own any of the things on there. You have a Spotify or Apple Premium, but you don't own any of the music on there. So if they take off your favorite album or if they take off your favorite TV show or movie, you don't have access to that anymore, even though you're paying for it every single month. Like you're consistently paying for it, but you don't have it. And so it sounds to me like the cyberpunk or at least the origins of that kind of like movement is coming from that same thing of like, yeah, I have this laptop, but if I want to modify it to make it fit what I want to do, like I have plenty of friends that have like built their own computers for gaming.
Yeah.
Because they're like, there's nothing on the market that fits what I want my technology to do.
I should have
So they just end up building it from scratch because like it doesn't exist because everything's been like streamlined to the point now where it's like we have the illusion of choice, but it's not really choice. It's the same thing when people show, there's like if you look at the way even just like the iPhone or like the MacBook has like changed over the years, you see like in early years, there's like you have the USB port and you have the aux cord, like the aux port, and like you have those. And then there's like a year, like 2008, 2009, where you have like 10 ports. And then we get to 2015 and they're like, oh, we're going to start taking those away. And then like everything's Bluetooth. Even like my computer, which again, I don't use very often, but it happens with me where it's like, okay, if I want to use like a keyboard attachment so that I can sit comfortably over here typing something and I want to use my headphones, I can't because they're both only connected through Bluetooth. And it only lets me connect one device on Bluetooth. So it's like, how good is that? That's not good.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I don't have much to say. I had that one thing I was gonna tell you about, but let's save that.
For what?
I was gonna I was watching this YouTuber called Reckless Ben. There's just I'm sorry, this is a totally different topic.
That's fine, I don't
care. I don't know if you wanted to stay on that topic.
I don't give a shit. That was pretty much all I had to say.
There's a crazy controversy right now in the...
You said Ben, so his name is Ben is rampant?
Reckless Ben.
Reckless Ben.
Yeah.
So what's reckless about him?
That's not... He's... I don't know.
But
the story is... there's a controversy in the Lego community.
Okay.
In the Lego community and the Mormon community, kind of.
Oh, okay. So is he the Lego or Mormon? Is he a Mormon Lego?
Yeah. No. Listen. So what happened is there's this store called Bricks and Minifigs.
Okay.
and they sell Lego sets, right?
Yeah.
And they're big, like in the West, I guess.
Okay.
I think the owners are Mormon, so that's
Okay, so
that's
they're probably
where,
like Utah based.
yeah,
Salt
that's
Lake
where
City.
the Mormonism ties in, right?
Yeah.
And so they had a specific location, I think it was in Oregon, where this guy had a collection of Star Wars Legos.
Yeah.
That was like one of the biggest collections in the entire world, maybe the biggest.
Wow.
His own personal collection.
Yeah.
Worth like $200,000.
Wow.
And they were trying to sell that whole collection. So
The person that owned it.
yeah. So they
Okay.
put it in the store, but then like I don't really know how to describe it accurately.
Wait, so,
but
basically, so did the Mormons, were they like, we're going to display it in the store while you try to sell it? Or was it like, we are buying it from you and now we're displaying it in the store?
no, they didn't. Well, let me explain. They didn't pay for the Legos yet.
Okay.
There was like a legally binding contract that said that he was just like storing the Legos in the store and was like they were
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah.
sell it, but it wasn't actually purchased.
I'm in
yet.
the
It wasn't-
process of selling it. You might be a potential buyer. For the time being, we're going to display it in the store. Legal, sign. That's
Yeah, but
Okay.
there was also like something weird going on with the ownership. Like I think the individuals who owns the store, they were being like cooperative and honest. But then some people from corporate in the Bricks and Minifigs, because it's not just one store, right? It's a
Yeah.
huge chain.
yeah.
They came and like took over the store. They like kicked the old owner out, and they refused to acknowledge that those Legos were not there.
Oh, that's crazy.
that were not theirs.
That's crazy.
They were like $200,000 worth of Legos.
Yeah.
Right? And so this YouTuber is talking to this guy's. The most fucked up part
So
about it.
$250,000.
Yeah, the most fucked up part about it was that the guy who owns the original collection is like a really old man who's like freaking dying.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. Like,
And
if you're telling me, oh, he has probably the biggest collection of Star Wars figures in the world, I'm assuming, okay, he's probably been collecting these for like 40 years.
yeah, and
Like-
so his son was like, I didn't even have the heart to tell my dad about this.
Oh, yeah.
Because he just had a health scare, so he doesn't need more stress right now. So
Yeah.
the guy doesn't even know. It's like his son that's
Well, yeah, 'cause
going
he's
through
like,
all this.
yeah.
So
Bro.
so basically they like went into the store location to try to talk to them about it and confront them.
Yeah.
And then the lady there is just being a Karen. I don't know if she was the current owner, but just the lady who was
Yeah.
there at the counter was like, oh, stop harassing me. I'm going to call the police or whatever, when they're just like inquiring about those Lego sets.
Dude.
And then it got even crazier because it went from a whole thing about some Legos to a case of literal like blatant police corruption, because the police force, it's like this certain department in Utah that
Is this like a small town? Is this like Salt Lake City? Or is
no,
it the
it's
whole-
called. It was American Fork, Utah Police Department.
Hold on. That's the name of a place?
Yes.
I'm so sorry. Where are you from? I'm from American.
Yeah. So this YouTuber guy.
Okay,
first of all,
okay.
before the police stuff, he
I'm
went
from
to.
American Fork. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to anybody who's from American Fork. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, someplace in Utah.
Okay.
I have no idea. Like,
That's crazy.
I have no idea where it is. in
Okay, so
Utah,
wait,
but-
so now the police are involved. and
Well,
the-
but even before that, he went to, because he tried going to the actual location where they were holding the Legos.
Yeah.
That didn't work. He
yeah,
just,
and then the Karen was like, "I'm gonna call the police," and he was like, "All right."
yeah. So then he went to their corporate headquarters, which I think that was where, because the actual store is in Oregon, so I think that was in Utah.
Yeah.
The like Bricks and Minifigs headquarters. He went to their headquarters and tried to speak personally to their CEO.
Yeah.
And was like, "Oh, these Legos don't belong to you guys." And the CEO was like, "Yes, they do. Yes, they do. We didn't steal them."
Oh.
He's on camera saying this.
Okay.
And then, yeah, so basically the police got involved, and the YouTuber who was doing all this, he got swatted.
Wait, so so is the guy the dad's son? Is he the YouTuber?
No. He's just like corresponding with the YouTuber. The YouTuber is just some guy who's like trying to expose all this, right?
Oh, okay.
For his
So the YouTuber is not directly involved. He's just like, he caught a wind of the story and he's like, oh, now I'm gonna get involved.
Yeah, well, now he's very deeply involved.
Okay.
But yeah, he's not like the guy who got his Lego stolen.
Well, no, because that's like fucked up. That's like super fucked up.
Yeah,
would that qualify as like some kind of like elder? Like, because if the dad's old and he's about to die, or he's in his last stage or chapter of life and he's had health scares, like this corporation is like trying to take financial advantage of him. Like they're hoping that the son isn't going to have the money to be able to fight them because like they're a corporation, they have money.
Oh yeah, that's literally what they did. Basically, was they were like, okay, we're not gonna cooperate with you. If you want to take this to court, take this to court, and we are gonna make this hell for you. We're gonna make this as expensive for you as possible.
Yeah, you're gonna lose every single penny.
So they basically just threatened them with that. And then when the police got involved, the police swatted the YouTuber's house and tried to say that he stole Legos from someone. I don't even know what.
Oh my god!
There was like zero.
That's actually so fucking stupid.
There was zero logic behind.
No, I didn't steal it, man. You stole it. I bet you stole it. What are you looking at me for? Like that's
that's literally what it was.
That's so dumb.
There was like zero logic behind it whatsoever.
Shit.
It was just like pure like hearsay. Like some guy involved was like, "Oh, actually, this guy stole the Legos from us." And then the police were like, "Okay, well, we're just gonna fucking invade his house." And of course, they found nothing.
I still don't understand how swatting is like not unconstitutional. Like, you don't need any evidence. They'll just be like, "Yeah, he's got it," and they're like, "All right, we're going in," and they're like, "Let's go." Like that's.
Well, if it's a false report, that is like highly illegal.
Yeah, but I haven't seen anything on the news ever of like people being on trial or being charged with like false swatting reports. Like so many people have like been swatted.
I think
like, that's like one of the new dangers of the internet. Like post 2020, I feel like since 2020 to now it's like, oh yeah, motherfuckers you could get swatted. Like if you have kind of like any kind of like digital presence where like you have a following, if you have like people that are just mentally deranged and decided that they're your ops or whatever, like people will just be fucking doing that shit. There's been streamers that have had like multiple like swats on their homes within like the same time period, and they're like, yeah, people just keep calling it in. Like,
yeah,
that to me is insane. That's like, how is that not fucking?
I feel like that does. I mean, I feel like people must face repercussions for that.
Yeah, but like, why are we not hearing about that?
I don't know.
Because especially like it keeps happening. Like I know it keeps happening because every time that I forget that swatting exists, I'll hear about a person like I would say an internet personality or a famous person like their house being swatted, and then you're like, okay, but like if this is happening, like J. Cole's house famously was swatted, and then he came up with the song Neighbors.
That sucks.
So this guy that is literally like a famous world, like global touring musician was swatted. He made a music video. The music video uses the fucking security footage of like him being swatted. And like he's like he wasn't home because that's not the house that he like lives in. He bought his mom's old house.
Okay, that doesn't suck that.
And they use it as a recording studio. Yeah, but you have to think it doesn't.
I don't feel bad anymore.
No, but it doesn't suck because there was nobody in the house when they swatted them. Like, this is the other thing too, like people have kids, people have families. So like if like people who get swatted, it's like, yeah, their family members are home. So now you've traumatized like a child or another adult that like whatever you think of that internet personality or that famous person, if you think that they're good or bad or whatever, like that other person that just happens to live in the house now is also getting, I don't know.
Well, anyway, I have no idea how that works, but
that's just fucked.
But in this particular case, no one would face repercussions because the police are completely in bed with the.
Oh, so it's a corruption case.
Yeah, with the corporation, like because of their Mormon ties, right?
Yeah.
Like all of the police.
All
of the police on their force are basically like fucking Mormon, right? And then the CEO of the Bricks and Minifigs company and a lot of people who work for him are also Mormon. So they're all like part of the same community. They all probably go to the same churches in the same area, right? So they probably know each other outside of this, and it's fucking crazy because.
Do you feel like that's how Utah is though? Like, do you think that the cops are just very? Do you think it's like it's a?
Yeah. So.
Because if that's the case, then like I don't feel like this could be like a one-off type of thing.
I think
you know what I mean.
In certain areas of Utah, yes, definitely. I think a place like Salt Lake City, it's too big to be like that.
Yeah.
But
you have too many non-Mormons. For it to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
For them to like control the entire police force, there's no way.
Yeah.
But. I was actually curious this morning. I freaking Googled like their police department.
Yeah.
And I was looking at like the Google reviews.
Yeah.
First of all, I was highly surprised that there were no like new ones because this controversy, it's not like some little thing.
Can I?
It's getting a ton of attention on the internet.
You know, Google reviews is not fully public.
Oh, so there's like hidden ones?
You can control. You know how I know is because I was harassed at work one time and I was like, I was very upset about it and I was talking to my manager about it and my manager was like, no, it's okay if this person does write like a horrible review about you, like we're going to remove it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you can do that? I was like, you could do that? He's like, yeah, we can do that. I was like, why does anywhere have fucking bad reviews then if you could just take that shit down?
Yeah. Well, I think that they got to be doing something to like automatically not show the new reviews.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing.
But they were not hiding all negative reviews because
so what were the?
There were a lot. I found a lot of. There were some like fives. Every single review was either 5-star or 1-star. Every single one. Okay. And there were a lot of 1-stars. And I also noticed that the 1-star reviews had more engagement than the 5-star reviews. Like all the 1-star reviews would have like 8 or 9 hearts on it or something. Yeah. All the 5-star reviews would have nothing.
Yeah.
So I was like, I thought that was a little strange. And
a lot of the looking at and going, yeah, I had that same experience. Or somebody being like, yeah.
All the 1-star reviews were like fucked up stuff. Were like they're about the police in that area being corrupt. Jesus. And these were from like 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like there was one about like some girl. It was fucked up, bro. It was some girl who was like, oh, I got raped when I was 17. And they just didn't care. They didn't do anything about it. I was like, God damn, bro.
Oh my God.
So I think this.
As a side note, I have a plan for rapists. When I become dictator of the world, I have this. We're doing step 1. It's really simple, guys. It's very, very simple.
I can't wait for that day.
It's really simple. Step 1, automatically you're gonna get castrated. Okay. If you are a rapist, we're gonna castrate you.
Is that when you cut just the balls off?
I don't know what the technical term is. We're taking your shit away. Okay. It's gone, okay? Because
you're like
you don't know how to use it. You're gonna be like a Ken doll down there because you don't know how to use it. Correct? You don't know how to not be a fucking rapist.
We're so bad at
we're gonna take the
staying
tools away from rapism.
We're so bad at staying.
And then
how did we go from Legos to eunuchs?
And then the next thing. So step 1, every rapist gets castrated, and then step 2, they get tattooed on their forehead. Okay, so that anytime anyone is talking with them, that you know that you're talking to a rapist, and if you're talking,
it just says rapist in big letters.
We can figure something out, but we could. I mean, I think rapist would fit most people's foreheads. But then if they're like a child rapist, like a pedo, or like then they're gonna get an extra special tattoo. Maybe we'll do their eyelids because that hurts a lot. You know, you can live, but you're gonna. But those are the terms. Those are the terms of you living.
Okay. Anyways,
You know what I mean?
I completely forgot what I was.
I
Basically,
think it's a good plan. So the 17-year-old, she got raped, and the police didn't fucking care or do anything about it because they're corrupt.
Basically, from what I saw from the reviews, this whole situation is not new. It's like this particular police department.
How big is this YouTuber?
Has been corrupt for a long time. He's like 600,000 subscribers, something like that.
Okay.
But these videos are getting like 1 million views in a couple days. So this whole controversy
I hope he's got like
you know Moist Critical?
Who?
Moist Critical, the pale guy with the long hair. Everyone knows him, but no one knows his name apparently.
Let me Google.
Penguin Zero. That's his YouTube name. He has like fucking 3 different names.
Penguin Zero.
You know who I'm talking about. The guy with the long hair.
Penguin Zero.
Yeah.
Critical?
Yeah.
This guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
You've seen that guy, right?
Just let's okay, so you guys can see this guy. Why is it not?
I was just saying
I think I've seen him maybe. The thing is I don't really watch YouTube.
Oh, okay. Well, he's like a really big YouTuber.
I've probably seen clips and stuff of his, but
if he makes a video on something, then it pops off on the internet. So
okay, well, I hope that they have good like legal legal, you know what I mean? Because it's like, okay,
Yeah.
you're getting swatted and shit, and then like, okay, hopefully they could get this escalated to like, if Utah is just kind of like,
I mean,
not the whole state, but like you said, there's areas. Woo, sorry guys.
I think
Maybe-
this company is fucked at this point because the internet is undefeated.
Well, the internet is undefeated, but it really just matters on like they need to get this up past like a circuit court, and they need to get it up to
That's true.
like a state court, or wait, because it's across state lines. Because you said that the company is from Utah, but this case happened in Oregon.
Yeah.
So they might be they maybe take to the Supreme Court. I mean, we're talking about $250,000.
Yeah.
We're talking about $250,000.
Well, they set up a GoFundMe, and I'm sure it's raised like a shit ton of money. So
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they've already like got the amount the Lego set was worth back.
That's good. I will say it's also like not the point. Like,
but yeah, this whole it's just a fucking crazy story because it's about like Legos. But
see, I don't think it's crazy at all.
It went from Legos to like blatant police corruption, like blatant.
I'm going to be honest, I don't think it's crazy at all. Like, I know the history of this country. You're telling me that a fucking corporation fucked over like a normal person and then is using their connections to the police force to intimidate and like try to motivate this person to like not pursue the truth or justice.
Yeah.
That's like a classic fucking American story. That's like literally the foundation of this entire country was built on fucking capitalistic corporations without restrictions and fucking, you know, police brutality and shit. Welcome to the US of A.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
That's like, that's like, and then like the Lego thing is, it's like, okay, yeah, but like,
I hope I hope this company just goes under or something.
I hope that they get dragged through a
It's crazy.
very public. You know, it's like the thing where the guy, I saw a thing online where it was like a CEO and that he had given he started giving all of his employees like a monthly bonus. Nothing crazy, but just like, hey, at the end of the month, here's a monthly bonus. And then one of his comments was like, oh, like, you're such a good guy, like you're doing this and this. And he's like, yes, exactly. And like, I don't want to be like the CEO that got shot. Yeah. So because someone shot and killed this CEO, the United whatever CEO, okay? We know it wasn't Luigi for sure. We know it was not Luigi. Luigi is an innocent man. Someone shot and killed Someone shot and killed this CEO, and other CEOs got scared. And if you need to have the fear of death put into you to treat other people like a decent human being, maybe that's what you need. I support that. If you need to feel a little bit scared for you to not be a raging, like, absolute piece of shit human, I hope you live in fear every day of your life.
That's how I was feeling when
Like, let them have a public trial. Let them get dragged through a bunch of shit. I hope that the dad and the son, I hope that they get not only like their Legos back and like whatever like legal fees and everything covered, but like I hope that company really gets like fucked up, because that's the only thing that's going to make other companies look and go, oh shit, I guess we can't get away with that. Like,
yeah. And the most important is that police department just needs to be completely fired. Start from scratch. Build it from scratch.
I think the thing that got
no Mormons. No, just kidding.
I mean, what do you do? What do you do with
or Mormons with actual morals? Like that's kind of something I was thinking about when I was hearing about this story, because I grew up Mormon, so and it's like they teach you like so much of what they talk about and what they teach you in church is to be a good person, like to be a virtuous person, to be Christ-like, to love your enemy, to turn the other cheek.
Yeah. And
this entire story is a bunch of Mormons being the exact opposite of that. Basically prioritizing keeping a good standing with their like Mormon buddies over having integrity. Yeah. And honesty, being a fucking decent, real values, being a decent human being, like literally.
I mean, it's happened all through like all the religious sects. I feel like, especially with like the police, if you think about like police and religion, you have like the KKK becoming the police force, and that very like evangelical Christian in the South. And then if you think like New York, Boston, you have the Catholics that are all cops, and then all of the corruption with like the mafia and stuff. So this is really just,
at least the mafia was cool.
I guess Mormons aren't better than anybody. Guess you guys are just as fucked up as the rest of the sects.
Stealing Legos, man.
I will say though.
Can we get a Mormon mafia, bro? Can we get a Mormon mafia?
What a Mormon crime too. It's like in the South, they're just fucking raging racists and they're being really horrible. In like Boston and shit, or like New York, they're like throwing bodies into the river. In Utah, they're stealing Legos. They're stealing Legos from old men with health issues. Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of a Mormon thing to be in really like high up corporate positions. Like Mormons are very white collar, like successful, right? But they also like
I understand why Mormons are white collar successful though. As a non-Mormon, I feel like as an outsider looking in, I feel like a lot of the Mormon culture is very much like practicing fitting in and practicing likability and like you're going to be nice.
Public speaking also is something like we learn in church. Exactly. They teach you how to public speak in church.
Yes. And then also. Like,
that's what I was thinking watching
you put all those things together. If you have like kids that grew up Mormon and then they're going into the corporate world and they're put against kids that did not grow up Mormon, automatically they already have the foundation of like really good manners, being very likable, practicing that public speaking, also just like, fitting in, because fitting into the corporate culture is like a whole other thing of like, okay, you have to kind of blend in and like not stand out too much, but like, keep your head down. And like, it's one of those things where like I think there's a saying in the corporate world of like people that become managers are not the ones that are like the best workers. they're the workers that give the least amount of problems.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you know,
that's how I was feeling. Because the police department that I mentioned, American
that also
Fort,
makes sense too. Yeah, your uniformity, you're following orders, you're not asking questions.
they had a press release, basically trying to defend themselves, and the way the guy was talking, I was like, this is literally how these motherfuckers talked in church when they were like giving their testimony, right?
Oh my God.
Like, it was like they had a fully white background, right? And it was just him at a podium. And this is how he was talking. He was like, and so the boy, blah, 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 blah. Like, it was all like, it's like this very soft and quiet tone of voice that's like, it's some kind of like fucking weird culty emotional manipulation.
It's like a psychological, like you're soothing.
Yeah.
And you're not being like, there's no emotional loudness that can be projected because you're not speaking loudly, you're not emoting heavily, you're not using like lots of like physical like body language. Yeah, there's you know, there's like
This is creepy, bro.
something about it.
There's
But
nothing.
like again, to me, it makes a lot of sense that there's a lot of Mormons up in like high corporate, that Mormons are successful in corporate environments, because it's like, yeah, your religious education is basically teaching you. It's the same thing as a corporate environment.
Yeah.
Shut up. Stop asking questions. Keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
Wear the uniform. Follow.
Yeah.
Stand in line. Wait your turn. Be nice. Be polite. Be engaged with people, but not too much. There's like a thing of like keeping your personality or there's like a temperament level. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. There's like a whole conformity in Utah. Like when I was there, bro, every fucking bitch looked exactly the same.
Dude, I went down a rabbit hole of all the Utah, like the gas station. First of all, every single fit check I've ever seen online from people from Utah, they're always at a gas station, which is interesting because, like, why are you always at a gas station?
Well, I was gonna say one thing is that it's also like they're successful in the high corporate positions, but it's also like there's kind of a cognitive dissonance, I feel like, because like I said, we grow up being taught about being a good person and being all this, like it's drilled into us. But then they all, like, I remember being a kid and like not knowing what Lockheed Martin was, and people in my ward. I remember one guy in specific saying he worked for Lockheed Martin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like there's a lot of Mormons like that, like that work for Lockheed Martin or Raytheon or something.
Yeah,
and you know what I mean? It's like there's like a but they're not like I don't feel like they're the types to like. I don't feel like they're psychopaths that just don't care about what they're doing. I feel like they have somehow convinced themselves that what they're doing is okay and not wrong.
You know what I think it is?
You know what I mean?
I think there's a church mentality. And I will say this as a person that like, so I grew up with like my dad's side being like religious practicing Catholic. Like my grandparents went to church every weekend. And my mom's side being like, we believe in God, but we don't believe in religion. Like we don't believe in the church. And I definitely from my dad's side of the family, there was definitely like judgment on my mom for choosing to raise us like not religiously. And I think that a lot of times when people are in that religious upbringing or like in that community, there's this idea of like, oh, well, I go to church every week and I put money in the plate. I don't know if you guys do that or not. We do
we have something similar. There's like a tithe.
So like I go to church every week and I do my prayers.
I don't like thinking about that.
I give my money and I do the food drive, and so I'm a better person than you because you don't do those things. And so there's this mentality of like,
piss me off bringing that up because I'm thinking about the fact that like 10% of all of the money that my parents have had their entire life. That shit could have been mine, but instead it's the church's.
Or not even like yours, but it's like you could have, even if your parents, like a lot of times, like non-denominational parents will tell a lot, like my mom gives to charity, but she's not giving to the church, right? So you don't have to give to the church to give to charity. You don't have to like, it doesn't have to be the religious thing. Or even just being like, hey, we're going to do something, right? Like trying to organize your own thing. But I think a lot of people, they have this conflation, and I think that feeds into like that cognitive dissonance of like, oh, but I go to church, I'm a good person. God loves me, I'm a good person. And then they go out into the world and you work for a company that literally drops bombs on children in war zones and drops bombs on hospitals and schools in war zones. And that does not make you a good person. But because you're not the one pulling the trigger, or you're not the one immediately doing it, or no, but I'm just working on like the math. My job is math, or my job is physics. You know, it's like, did you not watch the Oppenheimer documentary? Like, not the documentary, the movie, whatever. It's just that kind of thing.
I saw that movie.
Yeah. I think it's just a lot of people will have that badge of like, oh, well, I go to church every week. And it's like, yeah, that doesn't make you special, and it doesn't make you better than anybody.
Yeah.
If that helps you be a good person, or that helps you feel close to God, or that helps you, you know, have a nice social group, whatever the fuck that does for you, that's great. But you can't use that as like a measuring stick of your morality or your ethics against other people's, when the shit that you do in the world is not anywhere lined up with that.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you think about it, they all like, not just the Mormons, but all, you know, like Catholics for fucking forever would be like, and even now, oh, love thy neighbor, don't judge anybody. And then they're fucking threatening to kill people that are walking into like a Planned Parenthood. And it's like, okay, so you're supposed to be like peaceful and good, but you're out here like threatening people with violence.
Yeah. It's the worst type of person. Anyway, should we finally get into the story?
Yeah. That
I kind of hyped up on the phone with you.
Ooh, yeah. Let me hear the story.
All right. So this was a fucking while ago now. The legend of Crazy Kev. All right. So
wait, this is a personal story.
It's the legend of Crazy Kev.
Exciting. Okay.
So I've been on this like, you know, digital minimalism where I'm trying to use technology less and be in this real world place.
Yeah.
And so I was going on walks more and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot. And I started walking around the block a lot. So for anyone watching, like there's a road going this way. And then which is the road our house is on, and then there's a road going like this way down, and then it like kind of loops around, right?
Yeah. So
that's Dewey, and this is Sproul. So
you want to tell the internet where you live?
So
that's crazy.
That's true. I did say
that's crazy. Oh, that's great. There's a street.
Well, I didn't say the number, but that's true. Maybe we'll edit that out.
Yeah, we gotta take that out.
All right. Anyways, so I walked that way.
Yeah.
This is gonna get like 7 views. It's fine. It's gonna be like my aunts and my fucking.
They already know where you live. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so my like daily route would be basically just to go around that loop, right?
Yeah.
Like
does this doesn't connect to the trail, does it? No, you have to go down and hit the trail.
No, you gotta go. Yeah.
But this is,
if you just go on this loop, no.
Okay. Yeah.
The loop I'm talking about. Anyway, so yeah, that would be my like. I kind of got in the habit of like waking up and like.
Going for a walk.
That was the first thing I'll do when I wake up.
That's really good.
Going like a short walk.
That's literally the best thing you could do, honestly.
Yeah, just going like a short walk. So it would just be like around the block, right? Like I'd either go that way and loop back around this way, or go that way and loop around this way. Anyway, so it was like a Friday morning at like 9:30, and I was going on my walk, and I was looping back up that road, and well, first of all, there's this house that I would always see before walking that way, where let's just say looks a little different from the other houses. It looks not normal, as in there's graffiti on the car.
Oh.
There's graffiti on the house.
Okay.
There's a bunch of like random. I don't even know how to
describe it.
describe it.
Would you say like white trash?
No, not white trash. Like random debris. I'm talking about like.
So like maybe one of those kids.
Not white trash, white schizophrenic. like
Okay.
like a bunch of random debris.
Or like any child walking by will go like, that is creepy. That is scary and weird.
Yes. Anyone in general who walks by that house looks at it. We could go look at it right now, shit. But we might get killed.
We'll go after this. Guys, we'll come back and let you know if we got killed or not, okay?
Yeah. So anyway, so there's all this like random, it'll be like cardboard boxes or like like we talked with a neighbor. He said one time it was like eggshells in his yard, and like it's always some random shit. Like I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, it just looks very strange from the outside, right? So every time I would walk, I would always look at that house and be like wondering what's up with that house.
Yeah.
And on this particular morning, I was walking by. I was on the other side of the road from that house.
Yeah.
And there was no one else around at all. And another thing is, the stuff that's in his yard would always be different. It's not like it would be the same every time.
Yeah.
Like you would look at his house.
You could tell that
you could come back the next day and it would be like
this is a fresh mental breakdown.
Yeah, like you'd come back the next day and it'd be a completely different arrangement, right?
Okay.
So that particular morning, there was like a big speaker right in front of his front door that again was not there before. It wasn't there the last time I saw his house. Okay. But yeah, it was like a giant speaker, right? And as soon as I'm walking by, first of all, I'm looking at the house because I always look at the house.
Yeah.
Because like, yeah, I'm fucking curious. Like,
yeah.
I'm like,
it's
know,
right there. I'm gonna look.
Yeah. So as soon as I'm walking by, I swear to God, I'm parallel with the house. The speaker comes on, and it's like a pre-recorded thing. I don't know how to describe what came on the speaker. But let's just say that it was something that made me feel threatened. Like, it was like, it sounded like some kind of pre-recorded, like, police radio message or something like that. And it was a guy being like, oh, it would do some people good to be in a life or death situation with a firearm. It was literally something like that. Like, I don't remember the exact phrasing, but I was like, what the fuck?
Okay.
Right? And then, right when that came on, I saw his side door open and he walked out, and he had like a black mask on, and he was wearing black,
like a face mask or like a
face mask.
Okay.
Not like the whole thing, just like just this.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I was like, oh, I'm about to die. I
would lose it. Oh my God, the way I would start running.
I was like,
Jesus.
My life's over.
Dude,
it's fucking over. I was in flip-flops. I was in fucking flip-flops, and I ran for my life, bro. I ran for my life, and I was like, what the fuck? I ran for my life, and I did not look back. And when I only looked back when I got to this street corner, and he was not chasing me, and I was like, oh, I guess I'm alive. But like, what the fuck just happened?
Christ.
Like,
did he look at you before you ran?
Like, I started bolting it as soon as I saw him step out, so he didn't even turn. He didn't turn yet. Like,
so as far as he knew, you were just out for a casual run in your flip flops.
Yeah. So there's two. I mean, in retrospect, I think he was just like trying to fuck with me or like trying to scare me or something.
Okay.
I don't think he was actually gonna hurt me, because if he was, then he would have killed someone else by now. But it was really fucking weird, and I had like crazy adrenaline.
Yeah.
And I was like, should I call the police? Like, I was thinking about it the whole day. Then after work that day, I drove by because I was not about to walk by, and I saw this house. I just drove by slowly and like looked to the yard. By the way, after work, it was already a different arrangement. Like that quickly, it was already different. Like the speaker was
Whole
gone.
time. You thought he was trying to scare you. No, he was playing his manifestation music. He was about to go out, do some abstract art in the yard, just do some rearranging. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. He lives.
Maybe I was just being paranoid, but like whatever came on the speaker,
Does he live in that whole
made
house?
me freak the fuck out. And the fact that he was wearing a mask, like
He lives in that whole house by himself?
yeah. So after work, I drove by. There was some guy in his driveway washing his car.
So not him.
Not him. Like 3 or 4 houses down from him.
Okay.
Right. So I was like, okay, I'm way too curious about this.
Yeah.
So let me ask this guy. So I'm like, excuse me, sir, not to bother you. Like, do you know anything about that house a couple houses up from you with like all the weird stuff in the yard? And he was like, oh yeah, that guy's like a total nutcase. He scared my wife too. And he didn't say what happened specifically to his wife, but he just said something about him scaring his wife at some point. And he said that he thinks the police have been there multiple times already.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, that makes sense. And
How long does he live there?
what else? He said that the guy lived with his parents, but then his parents passed away.
Yeah.
And his parents were keeping him on the meds.
Yeah.
So now he lives by himself and he's off the meds.
Yeah.
And now tell me this doesn't sound like the origin story of every fucking like crazy like murder or something.
Hold on.
It sounds like the origin story of something bad.
Hold on. When you're done, I got a story.
But yeah, I mean that's basically the story. Ever since then, I don't even walk by his house.
Crazy.
Like literally, me and Evan went and walked by one time at night.
Yeah. Like we're about to do?
If you want, we can. Dude, in his basement, there's like at night. There's like a red glow in his basement. I'm like, dude, is this guy summoning demons? Like what?
Maybe he has one of those like turtle cage like with the red lights for the turtle.
Yeah. And so we did some like internet stalking. I can't remember the address off top, but
that's okay. Don't tell
I
him.
shouldn't say it anyways. I wasn't gonna say
They're
it.
gonna swat him. Now he's gonna get swatted.
No, I wasn't gonna say it, but yeah, we got the address. I can't remember it, and we got his name is Kevin.
Kevin.
So that's why it's
Crazy
the legend
Kev.
of Crazy Kev. Yeah.
Wow.
And me and Evan were walking and we were like, okay, what if we just like make up a bunch of lore about this guy that's not true? We just like keep adding to his story.
They start making shit up. All the neighborhood kids for the next 20 years. Oh yeah, Barney was a pedo. Yeah, he had cocaine in his tail. You know Crazy Kev? Yeah, he's growing snakes in the basement. He's trying to make venom out of that. Did I tell you about the time that my dad's car got set on fire?
Nope.
Okay, this reminded me of this. Okay, so I was.
That's one way to start a story.
I was in fourth grade. So my brothers were both in middle school already. So they would get up and go take the bus, and then because we lived right by the elementary school, so I would get up and I would walk to elementary school. I'm not a morning person, so I get up, I go to elementary school. When I come home from school, my mom's like, "Oh, did you see the car?" And I was like, "Huh?" And she's like, "Your dad's car." It's like, "What?" It's literally right in front of our house. At this time, my dad had, it was a black Oldsmobile. I think that's how you say it, Oldsmobile.
I don't know what that is, but okay.
Like a Saab or some shit. You know what I mean? It's one of those car brands that like used to be
Oz,
really more
Osmobile,
Osmobile.
whatever the Wizard of Oz drives.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, it was magical too.
That sounds cool.
But so just regular, sedan in the front. This shit is charred to fuck. The whole thing is just. I was like, what happened? I was a deep sleeper. I didn't sleep. I slept through the whole thing. We had the windows open.
How old were you?
I was 9. We had just started school. It was sometime between school starting and Labor Day because the pool was still open. And it was like right around where it's like still kind of like warm in the summertime here. So we have all the windows open while we're sleeping. My mom told me, she said the fire department was there. Everybody was there. They had to get out of the house at like like, she says, you slept through the whole thing. I said, yes. When people are like, are you a deep sleeper? I'm a deep ass sleeper. I slept through all of that shit. But basically, there's a guy in the neighborhood, similar story. So this kid, he was on meds, and then when he turned 18, he stopped taking his meds. He lived with his mom. His mom is like this, you know, she's not a large lady. And this boy, like what happens a lot of times with people like with special needs, the guy's huge. This kid is 18, he's huge, and like he could fuck her up physically, right? Yeah. So when he was 17, the mom had already been calling the police and calling like social services. She had already been calling like a bunch of places all over Maryland being like, hey, listen, like since my son was 16, I cannot physically overpower him anymore. Since he's still a minor, I can still kind of like make him take his meds. As soon as he turns 18, I can't control him anymore. Like, I need help. Somebody please help me. And so the mom, I don't remember.
Don't tell me he killed her or something.
No.
Okay, I'll
but so the mom had been begging for help for like years before he turned 18. And shocker, he turned 18, he stopped taking his meds. And she was like, I literally can't do anything. So he went on a spree setting cars on fire in the neighborhood. So like, you know, from like that whole side
what the fuck?
Of the main road, my dad's car was like the fourth or fifth car to get set on fire, which was the craziest part because it wasn't even like when it happened, it was like, whoa, that's really crazy. And then it's like, oh no, buddy, get in line. You're one of like 5 people to lose their cars to this. The 18-year-old kid.
How did they?
He was just going. It was like.
How was he setting them on fire?
In the span of like a month. I don't know.
How do you even?
I was 9. Nobody was telling me how he was setting cars on fire.
How do you set a car on fire?
In the span of like a couple weeks, a month. Listen, I heard a Molotov cocktail. You can never fail on that. But like, so he that's what he was doing. That's what he was doing. He was literally setting cars on fire in the neighborhood. And then I don't remember if my dad's car was the last one or if there was another one. And then the police got him. And the mom was like, thank fucking God. She was like, well, you guys are late as shit. Like,
that's what I'm like.
The mom was like, I've been telling you guys.
How quickly can you set a car on fire? That's what I'm wondering. Because how do you set 5 cars on fire?
Okay, well, keep in mind.
Just casually walking through the street.
Keep in mind.
Before they stop you. What?
Keep in mind. This happened. It would have been 2007 when this happened. So nobody has Ring cameras.
Goddamn, we're old.
Nobody has fucking Jesus. Nobody has Ring cameras. Nobody has that like my mom's in some like next door neighbor app where people will like, somebody took my package. You know what I mean? Like people will be complaining about shit.
Wait, but was it like it was late? It was at night.
Yeah, so you go out into a quiet suburban neighborhood.
Like 2 a.m. or something?
3 a.m.
Okay, that makes sense.
I think when my mom said that the fire department was outside and stuff was probably like 4 a.m. Like 3 or 4 a.m. was when one of our other neighbors saw the car on fire in the middle of the street and called the police department. So like that car, it could have been burning there for like an hour. Like we don't know. But the kid had a vision. He knew what he wanted to do, and he said, "Oh, I'm setting all these cars on fire." And he got a good amount in before they caught him. But like the mom was telling people, and I think this is the problem because like the thing is like our criminal justice system is obviously fucked and like not built for actual reform. But then also the other side of that is like we don't have. Because it's like, if to be like, oh, this person's claiming mental insanity, so they can't be held accountable for this crime, so they're going to a psych facility. Like, those are the only 2 options, if you think about it. The only 2 options are you're going to prison, you're going to jail, and then you're going to prison, or you're going to, like, a psychiatric facility, and you're never leaving.
Well, which one did they do for him?
I don't know what they did for him, but I'm saying like that to me is a case of a kid that it's like if he had just been on his meds and been monitored in some kind of like group home environment, he would have been fine. Mm-hmm. He could have been totally fine. You know what I mean? Like he could have had like a job and like had friends and stuff. but because he was off his meds, that's why he was setting the cars on fire. So it's not like he was doing this shit when he was taking his medicine. He wasn't doing this shit when he was growing up or like when he was a kid. It was the thing that the mom was saying was like, I cannot force him to take his meds and he needs to. And that's what she was like begging for help for. So like, who knows if this guy Kev, like, who knows before his parents died, like they maybe asked for help a fuck ton of times and maybe nobody could like
this guy's like in his 40s.
There you go. He's in his 40s. So he lived at home his whole life because they were like, we can't really get any other help for him, so this is the best we can do. We're just going to stay at home, Kev.
Here's a question for that 18-year-old. Well, first of all, you have no idea what happened to him?
I mean, my mom would know, like, more information. I could ask her and bring that in for next week.
Okay, but anyways, you ever think, like, maybe it's the meds that fucks them up in the first... Like, I don't know what age he started taking meds, but if he started taking meds at, like, a very young age, if he started taking meds since he was, like, 9 years old, right?
Yeah.
For whatever, ADHD or whatever the fuck it was, right? It's like...
Well, I don't think the meds were for ADHD.
Yeah, probably not.
I don't think that's what that was. I get what you're saying. I can totally see that, how, like...
I feel like for a lot of kids...
Because also, like, it's hard to diagnose kids, though. It's hard to medicate kids. I have friends that, like, have been medicated for shit since they were kids.
Yeah.
And
if I had a kid, I would never medicate them. And unless it was, like, something crazy they were doing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. But I think if you're at the point...
Like, they gotta literally be, like, trying to murder people.
I just think,
for me to put them on meds. Outside of that, like...
I don't think they have to be trying to murder people. I think most parents that put their kids on meds, what it is once you are scared, once you have a moment as a parent where you look at your kid and you are scared of your kid, that's usually when people will put their kids on meds. So if you think about it, a lot of times, especially for these like high needs individuals, usually it's right around the time that puberty hits is when they will start getting medicated, because a lot of times if it's kids that are special needs, the dads will leave or, you know, not be involved, and so it's on the moms. A lot of times the moms, especially if it's a mother-son dynamic, once that boy becomes 14, 15, a lot of times the mom he's already too big for you. He's already too strong. Think about how many times when we were in middle school that we would see the special ed teachers walking around with like bruises on their face because those kids would fucking violate them. Like, it is a high, it is a very intense position to be in as a caretaker. And I think a lot of times these parents, they don't want to put their kids on meds. I don't think most parents, unless you're in like a fucking Gypsy Rose situation, most parents do not want to medicate their kids. That? You know, the girl that her mom was like pretending she had all these diseases and giving her like medicine to make her sick.
What the fuck?
That's like a fucked up mental thing. But I'm saying, like, unless you're a fucked up parent like that, most parents do not want to medicate their kids. I think most parents don't start usually it's not 7, 8, or 9. Usually it's like right around puberty, right around when that kid gets big enough that they could beat the shit out of you. And right after you have one scary incident, that's usually when the parents medicate them. Yeah. Because it's like, you don't really, what other choices do you have? Oh my God, am I going to wake up and my teenage kid or my preteen kid is, destroyed the entire house? Or I'm trying to take my kid to the doctor and they don't want to go and they're going to overtake me while I'm driving and they're going to crash us both.
Okay, but I don't think it's like that extreme for most people who get their kid medicated. It's like,
those are real things.
I think a lot of times it's just like, oh, the doctor says they have ADHD, so
you're talking about like ADHD. I was talking about more like severe stuff.
Oh, I'm talking about any medication for anything.
I think
which that would be the most common is the ADHD.
Yeah, if we're talking ADHD, yeah, I do think that the ADHD got
Like-
over medicated, but there's a whole thing on that of like doctors did a lot of fear mongering with ADHD, and they did a lot of I forget what the name. I saw a couple documentaries about it.
Yeah.
Where like a lot of doctors were saying like, if you don't give your kid these drugs, they're never going to be successful. They're going to fail school. Your kid's going to fail school.
I hate that.
Your kid's going to fail school, never be successful, never have their own life, never be able to hold down a job. If you're telling that to a parent...
What was that? An ad? There was an ad campaign that was like that? Or
no, it's like,
what
that's what fucking doctors were doing. Okay, the opioid movement. Everything with like the opioid movement and overprescriptions of drugs, right? All of this goes back to capitalism. So you have these giant drug company corporations. Pfizer is one of them that I remember right now. Johnson & Johnson. You have a whole fucking bunch of them. These guys, they produce a fuck ton of drugs. They hire people who basically are like what lobbyists do to politicians, okay? These people are literally, their whole job is they have like a suitcase of drugs and they go visit doctor's offices and they're like, hey, you should prescribe this drug. And then if the doctor's like, oh, but we have a generic version that works fine. No, this is the name brand, it's better. So they're pushing doctors to be using their drugs explicitly. This is how the opioid crisis happened. The doctors started going, oh, well, I get a nice little kickback and you're going to let me, you're going to get me a timeshare, or you're going to let me, do this or do that. Like people, the thing about the opioid crisis is that a lot of these doctors were getting shit like private vacations. They were getting, like there was definitely a couple links with like prostitutes and stuff. But there's just like, you're being given a rich and luxurious lifestyle so that you push these drugs. So the thing with the ADHD that like in the 2000s, a lot of these doctors, what they were doing was they were fear-mongering parents. Oh, the school told you that you should get your son tested for ADHD because he keeps ending up in detention during recess. Well, guess what? Your boy is 7, but if you don't put him on these drugs, he's never going to graduate high school. And he's never going to have a job. And he's never going to have a life. And he's never going to be successful. And you tell that to a parent that has already been in and out of meetings with the school for years. Or like, so it's not that the parents were like, oh, I just want to drug my kid. Like, I don't think that's what most parents do. It's like, no, they were specifically...
Yeah, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying more what you're saying.
Yeah.
Which is that it's like...
It's a whole system of like, the school system tells you need to go to the doctor and get your kid tested. And then you go to the doctor, you get your kid tested, and then the doctor's like, put your kid on drugs right now. This is what they need. This is what they need. This is what they need. And
it's pushed on you by an industry.
It's pushed on you.
I just think some parents, like, compared to how I would be as a parent, would be more accepting of that. I would be like, fuck no, get the fuck out of my face.
But that's the thing, is like a lot of people weren't. And then it also goes to like, it ties into a lot of the history in this country with medicine, where like a lot of people have this blind... It's like people who like trust cops. It's like if you have this blind acceptance and like you just go whatever the authority tells you to, and other people are not. But the people who are blindly accepting, that mom's not asking any questions other than, oh, okay, you said he needs it. So how much is it going to cost? How much, what's the dosage? How do I give him the medicine? And then they don't realize it until years fucking later. Like I have had many friends that like grew up being plugged into like ADHD meds forever. And it's like hard. It's I've seen them struggle for years to like not be on the medicine, not have any fucking coping mechanisms. So you have to like figure out your coping mechanisms and it's like, it's easier to teach a 7-year-old a coping mechanism than to teach a 17-year-old or somebody who's already like an adult with a job working.
Exactly.
So a lot of this shit is
the younger
backwards.
they are, the more malleable and the more you'll be able to
But
solve.
I like Crazy Kev. If he is schizophrenic and he just needs to be on medicine, like he should just be on his medicine then.
Oh, I mean, he's in his 40s, so yeah.
You should just. You should just.
He definitely.
It's also there's a difference between ADHD and schizophrenia. Okay, like I don't know anybody with ADHD who's gone on car burning sprees, but hey.
No, but the one kid that I knew growing up, who was on medication since elementary school.
Do I know this person?
I don't think so.
Wait, tell me.
Is it
No, not so. I don't know, dude. Don't put him out there.
Well, he's not alive.
Oh, he's not alive.
That's what I was gonna say. He was my friend he didn't go to the same school.
No.
He never went to the same school as you. So
The only kid that I know that died was when we were kids was I think his name was Joey.
Joey?
He went to middle school with us. He had cancer.
He died?
I think so. Maybe I heard that.
I didn't know that. I thought he was. I don't know any. I don't
know. I don't
But,
remember his last name.
I mean,
all I know is that he had cancer. So if you told me that he died, I would be like, I don't know.
No, I'm talking about when I was at Pinecrest, right? So
Yeah.
that was 4th and 5th grade for me.
Yeah.
I had one. He was one of my best friends at that school. Like this shit was shit was seriously traumatizing for me because he was one of my best friends in Pinecrest, and he was on medication for ADHD.
Yeah.
And in middle school, when I was in 8th grade, I learned that he died.
Wow.
He killed himself.
He killed himself.
Yeah, that young in 8th grade.
Wow.
And that was like the one kid I knew who was medicated like that. So, not saying that's why, but it's just like,
I knew another kid that killed himself in 8th grade. It was a huge big deal, and it was
Yeah, I still remember that day. I remember being like fucked up about it that whole day.
Well,
I just saw a flyer and I was like, I didn't talk to him in years, but I was like, dude, that guy was he was my best friend. Like when I was in 5th grade.
Damn. Don't do it, guys. Don't kill yourselves.
Yeah. I was gonna make some fucked up joke, but never mind. We PC on this podcast, dude.
Are we PC on this podcast?
Yeah. What do PC people talk like?
I don't know.
No ableism or PC people, they like to say I'm neurodivergent actually. I'm neurodivergent.
Oh my god.
What do you think about the phrase neurodivergent?
Like
Or what do you think, dude? This one.
Okay, let's
gets
hear it.
me.
Let me hear it.
When people say like the black community or like the Latino community or something.
Oh my god.
Or something like that.
Okay,
like,
wait, hold on.
What the fuck does that even mean? You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I don't.
I'll say this. To
like,
me, neurodivergent I think is fine because it's like that's definitely like an actual like scientific term. You know what I mean? To say like neurodivergent. I've also seen neuroatypical, which is I think also makes sense. Like I think that's fine. I think it's weird that people. Okay, let me change that. It's not weird. I understand why people who have a lack of understanding themselves because they're not the same as everybody else. And then when they find a label or they find a diagnosis or something, they really kind of gravitate toward it because they're like, oh my God, finally something that explains my life experience or something that explains my struggles or that explains my worldview or whatever, right? I understand that it's like, okay, if you felt alone and isolated in society and in the world for a significant amount of your life, and then you get this diagnosis, I understand how that groundbreaking information, you could be like, I have ADHD as an ADHD person, or like, oh, but I'm actually, and like, you know what, blah, blah, blah. Like, I understand people having that thing. After a little bit of time, you gotta just relax the grip a little bit. Because when people, it's like, okay.
Not make it your entire fucking personality.
Yeah, and again, I get it. If you're at a certain part in your journey where you're like, I just got access to this information and it's life-changing, great.
That was like this dude.
That's great. You can have that. You can do that. That's totally great. After 2 years, you need to shut the fuck up. After 2 years, you need to shut the fuck up. I'm not saying that you're not still valid. I'm just saying you need to have something else needs to be a part of your life and your personality. You need to be able to identify with other things. It's because when it's when people get like way too pigeonholed about that. And I think that extends to pretty much everything. The thing that always fucked me up about the Latino community thing is I'm like, well, I'm Hispanic. And I fucking have never been part of the fucking Latino community or Hispanic community because it's not one thing. And the way people talk about it is like it's like one thing. It's the same thing with like...
It's like literally billions of people that you're just putting into like...
And the same thing when black people will be talking about things about being black and then they don't agree, or when they talk about things like... I know black people... Which is
all the time because they're
Which is all the time because there's millions of them.
Because they're individuals with thoughts and opinions.
There's millions of people. It's almost like these are just all individual people.
It's almost low-key like racist when you think about it. To say black community or to say any like... any demographic community, to say that, because it's like you're just literally...
The way that I learned...
Making it as if they're all a hive mind...
Yeah, and that's just not
that all have the same views about everything. And it's like you could even be in the same community.
You could be actually in, and also because it's like community. Bitch, this country is big as fuck.
Yeah,
this country is huge. What do you mean? Oh, but we're all part of the same community. Yeah. No, we're not. You're in fucking Wisconsin. Like I'm in Maryland. Like what are we talking about?
And what are we talking about? If you said black community in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, that would be a real thing.
I still wouldn't say that. Like, the thing that I figured out because I'd studied a lot about like race and shit in college. Not to be like I got a useless degree, but I studied a lot about race and shit in college. The correct term to use if you're going to use a term like that is plural. Black communities in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Latino communities, because it's not one thing. You're talking about different things. It's like even if you're just talking about Wisconsin, okay, let's talk about black people in Wisconsin. You're gonna have the groups of people that are heavily involved with certain organizations. So you're gonna have a community. You have people that are all at the same church, and that could be one black community, or one that's a group of people that you're in community with each other. You spend time together. You have shared beliefs, shared values, shared goals. That's a community. Just having the same fucking phenotypes or like shared history as someone does not make you in community.
Yeah. If you say this is a PC podcast, if you say black community, you're fucking racist.
Yeah, you got to say communities, bitch.
And you need to
you need to check your privilege.
You need to be re-educated.
Exactly.
You need to be educated. And what else do PC people say?
I said check your privilege.
You gotta be anti-racist, bro.
You gotta be anti-racist. You do gotta be anti-racist though. That one will creep up on you. You're not anti-racist.
I'm racist.
Everyone's racist.
Against British people.
You're racist against British
There's no
people?
way you actually fucking talk like this. That shit is fake as hell.
Oh my god!
England is a psyop, dude. That whole island.
You know where I really want to go? I'm
gonna go to England and be like, dude, you guys are all faking that, boy. Stop fucking doing that.
No, you know what I want to do? I want to go to Ireland.
Oh my god, that would be so fun.
I want to go to Ireland.
Oh my god, take me with you.
And I want to get good enough.
Dude, you would fit in Ireland, bro. You look Irish.
I do. Bro, let me stop bleaching my hair.
Dude,
let my
we gotta
red
hit
come
up
out.
Connor.
Let my red come out.
You know Connor? Connor from a deal. Connor from a deal.
Oh, Connor from a deal. Sorry, I know
He was
a
at a
British.
Jill's wedding.
No, I
I
know a
don't-
British Connor, and so when you said that, I was thinking of the British Connor I knew, and I was like, he's not fucking Irish.
Okay, that's the only Irish person I know.
Okay, so that's funny. I know a British Connor and I know a Irish Connor. I would think it would be great. Imagine this.
I asked that motherfucker to hang out like 7 times, bro. I gave up.
Dude, that's crazy.
Not 7, but I'm not that desperate.
Wow, look who's a liar.
Like,
Okay, imagine this. I go to Ireland.
like twice.
I go to Ireland. Okay, I live in Ireland with the Irish people. Okay,
Shout out.
I start to practice.
Shout out Conor McGregor.
No, we don't fuck with Conor McGregor.
Why? What did he do?
He's like a rapist.
Dude, I don't keep up with this shit like you
He's
do.
like a rapist and very racist also. He's
Dude.
not a good man. He's not a good man, objectively.
I mean,
this is what you gotta do. This is what you gotta do. Conor McGregor
He
is
is
such
kind
a
of-
he's such a piece of shit. Irish people do not claim him.
You serious?
They don't fucking like him.
Dude, I thought he was like the... he was
No,
like they're like...
no, they don't like him. They're like
fucking-
that. He's a piece of shit. He doesn't. They don't like him as a representation
he's like-
of their country.
they're like,
because he's a fucking
he's
racist.
not
rapist
shit. No,
piece
no.
of shit.
He's a piece of shite.
I don't know if that's how they say it there.
He's a piece of shite.
Are you doing Scouser?
No, that's how Irish... That's Irish.
There's a lot of little different dialects. There's a lot of different dialects. I do love Scousers.
Conor McGregor.
Listen, if any Scousers are watching this, I love that accent so much. I love the Scouser accent. It kind of sounds...
What is that? Scouser.
Scouser? Oh, I can't imitate it. I'm going to have to just show you a clip. Because
Damn,
like,
that's fuck. I didn't need to know that he was a rapist.
he's got like many cases against him. To
All right,
be
Conor
fair,
McGregor, he is a bad person. But it was funny when he was like,
oh, he's
who the fuck is this guy?
Oh, he's
who the fuck
defi-
is,
oh,
who
yeah,
the fuck
he's-
is this guy?
he's definitely like a great
He was like, who the fuck is that guy?
Scouser accent.
He's a good entertainer. He is a terrible person. I just remember the controversy.
Okay, this guy.
Wait,
He's the
who?
best football player in the world. I don't know why people. Well, why are you laughing for? What?
from
Chris, why are you
Liverpool.
laughing?
Why is he laughing
I don't,
for?
I'm being serious. I'm being serious.
I'm being
No,
serious?
you see, I'm talking facts here. I don't do if, buts, and maybes. I do absolutes.
Dude, that's the
Like if your aunt's had balls, she'd be your uncle. But she doesn't, so she's not. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Not really, but I'm loving the way you say
Do you know what I mean? So like.
So you get what I'm
See,
saying?
you tell me that guy actually seriously talks like that all the time.
This man. I don't know what this man talks like.
No.
It's an accent. It's
Soon
a
as the
Liverpool-
TikTok's over, he's talking like
This is a Liverpool accent. This is an accent that exists in.
Dude, I
England.
fucking love that accent.
Isn't it a great accent? So like I love the accents that I like are like I love Welsh. I really haven't heard that much.
Welsh is like a super thick accent. I feel like.
Welsh is very thick. Welsh is like I don't think I've heard it more than a handful of times. And usually it'll be when I'm like watching a show. And so I always have the subtitles. Thank God for those subtitles. I was watching one of those reality, where they put all the people on the island and they're all wearing like no clothes and they're just like
Survivor.
no, not Survivor. One of those like Love, Temptation, whatever
Oh,
the fuck.
Love Island.
Yeah, one of those bullshits. And they had a Scouser girl on there from Liverpool. Oh my god, I loved her
Is that
so
what
much.
Scouser means? It just means from Liverpool?
Yeah, yeah, it's Scousers.
What is how the fuck did you take Liverpool and get the word Scouser?
I don't know because that's not my history. Okay, all I know is
British
that
people,
that's
man.
Scousers.
British people. You got a dish called your signature British dish is called beef Wellington.
I thought it was beans and toast.
Beef Wellington.
Beef Wellington.
You never
What-
heard of that?
I've heard of that. I don't know what it is.
Exactly. You're like exactly. Like what the fuck
You
is
know what
that?
I would
Beef
imagine?
Wellington.
I feel like beef Wellington. Doesn't it just sound like it'd be like a meatloaf?
I feel like that's kind of what
I
it
think it's
is,
just a
but it's
meatloaf.
like here. Oh, let's
Should
look
we- yeah.
it up.
Let's
on your
look it
phone.
up. Let's look it up.
We should probably stop looking at stuff on the phone because this is not good for the viewers.
This isn't good.
But
for
you
the
guys
viewers.
know what beef Wellington is, right? You're smart.
Hey, comment below if you know what
The
beef
average
Wellington
viewer is smarter than her, so
Wow. Let's see, dude. This literally.
does that look good to you?
I don't know. It kind of just.
Why is it so raw?
Well, I mean, you don't want to cook it too much.
It's supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be
So
like
it's a classic.
rare.
It's coated in mushrooms, like a I don't know how to say that. That's a French word.
Duxelles.
Duxelles. I don't know French.
Douche. That's.
I'm gonna ask my mom. My mom speaks French. I'll ask her when I get home. Dukellies. Mushroom Dukellies.
That's it. Dukellies. That's definitely how you say it.
Dukellies. Yeah, mushroom Dukellies.
Offer prosciutto.
Prosciutto.
No, it's prosciutto.
Prosciutto. Okay, so it's just meat with like mushrooms and like
Yeah, I'm going to England
like
and I need someone
thing.
to.
I want to go to Ireland.
Make
I want to
me
go to
a
Ireland.
influence.
I want to go. I love the Irish accent. I like the non-proper British accents.
Australian accent clears though.
Australian accent is I can't.
That's my number one accent.
I can't mimic it unless I'm like hearing it immediately.
My.
Vegemite. I can't. It's like I can't unlock it unless.
Oh, they're not saying my. They're saying mine, but it sounds like my.
Dude, no. My uncle's
You know
Australian.
what I'm talking about, right? The
Yeah.
seagulls from Nemo. Mine.
No.
You don't remember?
I got it now.
You don't remember that from Nemo?
Now I got it. Now that you say Nemo.
Mine.
Yeah. I never fucking knew what those seagulls were saying. I'm gonna be honest.
They're saying mine because they're trying to get the crabs.
I never had any idea what they were saying.
Me neither.
I never knew.
I figured it out like 15 years later.
So my aunt, my mom's cousins moved to Australia when she was a kid. So I have like aunts and uncles that are Australian.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, they came to visit one time. Dude, I just had my uncle saying shit. I was just pointing at stuff and I was like, say that. I was like 14. I was like, how you say that? The way that he said gales.
Why is the word cunt so offensive here, but in Australia it's like a friendly word? Man, what's good, my cunt? I missed you.
I don't know.
Come on.
Probably something to do with like history and linguistics.
I want that to be a thing here.
I
But
mean,
it doesn't work with our accent.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work with our accent.
It sounds like an ugly word with us, to be fair.
Listen, we've accepted bitch into the vernacular as non-offensive unless you mean it in an offensive way. And I think that's what cunt is in like the UK and Australia. Cuz like they don't really say bitch, they say cunt.
Yeah.
We say bitch, we don't say cunt. So I think it's
no, but they don't say like. I feel like they do say bitch. I feel like they say bitch negatively, and they
say bitch
they
only
say
negatively.
Yeah. They
We
say
don't
bitch
say
in a
cunt,
negative way. They
but
say
anytime
cunt.
you hear someone say cunt, it's always negative.
That's
here.
true. Yeah.
So it's like almost,
there they say cunt positively. It's like,
well, it's both.
You're a good cunt.
Yeah.
I guess it could be both. Cunt is like, it's like a filler word that could be anything.
Well, it's like bitch. I love bitch is like my favorite cuss word because it's so versatile.
Really? That's like my least favorite. Come on. It doesn't roll off the tongue like fuck does.
That's true, but I like that bitch is
fuck is definitely the
bitch. Listen.
King of
I could be calling someone a bitch and it could mean 8 different things. She's a bitch. That's my bitch. What a bitch. Hey, bitch.
That's you know what it is.
Why are you being a little bitch?
It is underrated to say something is bitchin'.
Oh yeah. What's the one bitchin' sauce?
Like that Sarku Japan is bitchin'.
That Sarku Japan is bitchin'.
No, actually,
I think we switch it out for. That
doesn't even sound good.
We switch it.
I just hate the word bitch.
We switched it for slaps and fire. Oh, the slaps. That's fire. Or what is it? What they say now? They say gas. Oh, that's gas. Nah, bitch. I love bitch.
I love bitch.
I love bitch.
All right, I feel like
this is a good ending point.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. JV podcast.
Outro. The JV podcast. La la la.
Oh my
That's
God.
our outro song.
That's our song.
All right.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching.